Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, I am live, it seems. All right. However, I should grab some stuff. I'm going to grab some stuff real quick. Let's raise my computer, so I'm not looking down and looking like a derp the whole time. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, let's see. Crap. Now how do I share this? Got it. Okay, there's the link. We'll post it in here. All right. Let's plug in my headphones so I don't get feedback. There we go. And then let's shrink my windows so that I can see the chat. And bring this out to its own window. Sorry, still just setting up for anyone watching. I'm getting there though. That seems healthy, good. Okay. I wish I could move this. Hello. Hello, Lawrence Engelbert. Hello, Sean Manny. Jazz Throwout is getting signal from me. That's good. All right. Awesome. So, what would you guys like to talk about for the next 2 hours while we're waiting for this issue to get solved? This is crazy. I don't know exactly what is going wrong. Did Detta update to say exactly what was wrong with the audio board? I'm not seeing anything. Hello, Benjamin Henderson. H3 moon farming. Ooh. All right. Well, from what I know, there's theoretically a lot of helium-3 at the moon. We don't exactly have direct evidence, but it's theorized that it should be there. However, we don't know how to use it. I mean, theoretically we do, but we don't have a whole lot of applications for it. And yeah, we want to be able to start using it for energy and all sorts of cool stuff, but we don't have any real applications just yet. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Destructor 171. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we try to use the YouTube chat, or should we use the Tomorrow Live chat room? I have both up right now in kind of a split screen, so I can see both right now. But yeah. Good point, Green Jim LL. On the Tomorrow chat room, you said that helium-3 is only going to be useful if we have either fusion reactors or nuclear engines for deep space use. Good point. And since we don't have either of those yet, You know, we could. Oh yeah, thorium. If only we could get more people on, or rather more governments on board with thorium reactors. However, I did get some recent info from Iran um, with all the drama that's been going on with their whole nuclear program, which isn't for nuclear warheads, it's for nuclear reactors. They have been actively looking at using thorium and having thorium reactors instead. And it's very vague because the information is coming from the Iranian news agencies, but apparently they made some sort of breakthrough, or that they were able to get like better efficiency out of a thorium reactor. I don't know how, and it didn't go into detail. It was just like a tagline type of thing, but I could even see if I can find that. Yeah, China is also doing a lot for thorium. Lawrence Engelbert, Atlas V is launching tonight. How do I feel about its unsymmetry? Just fine. I feel very weird when it's just the one, but if it has more than one, then that's okay. But this one is it's a 451, so that means just one. That means 5 boosters, right? Or no, that means 1 booster. Hey, Architub. We're just trying to do a little, hanging out until until hopefully we get a update from the Tomorrow crew as to whether or not the audio board is working or not. So. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So wait, is it the 451 tonight or the 541? Go to my launch library. It's the 541. Okay. Yeah. Hello, Soft Serenity ASMR. How are you doing? I love you too. You make great videos. For all you guys, for anyone out there who has a hard time sleeping or relaxing, I highly recommend ASMR videos, specifically Soft Serenity ASMR. They're in the YouTube chat room. She makes really great videos, and one especially that she just put out was a Let's Play, actually, of the game Journey, which in and of itself is a beautiful, very relaxing game. And so yeah, if you have trouble relaxing or whatever, you should definitely check out her channel. It's a very good way to declutter the stress of the day and relax so that you can go to sleep. I have trouble sleeping, so I use stuff like that a lot. Jazz Throwout, in the Tomorrow IRC, you asked, do I know what SpaceX did in that tank test? Just put methane, or did they actually put it under pressure? Judging from the small kind of silverish tanks and the wires leading up to the tank on the picture of the drone ship, that's actually going to be one of my news stories later today on the actual Tomorrow show. It looks like to me that they just pressurized it, and they might have just used air to do that instead of actually filling it with and they wouldn't. This isn't the methane tank. This is actually the liquid oxygen tank that they're testing. So I don't believe that they loaded it with liquid oxygen. I think they were just loading it with air, pressurizing it with air. Although didn't say. I mean, the only information we have is a single tweet, and then all the theorizing on Reddit r/SpaceX. And it was not a drone ship. And the test actually took place in Washington, not California or Florida. It took place in Washington. Some of the same facilities that Boeing used in the past for their composite pressurized tanks. So, very cool. But yeah, they hit 2 of their pressurization goals, whatever that means. Not sure what exactly that means. And then their next test will be a cryo test, which in my mind, yes, Washington State Neuropilot, but not the city of Washington. The town in Washington is called, I had to look this up, Anacortes, I believe is how it's pronounced. Anacortes, Washington. Anacortes. So, yeah. Haha, what's up, James Harkness? Yeah, I'm just kind of not delaying, but giving you guys something to do right now when we're supposed to be doing the live show while the Tomorrow crew figures out our audio issues. Okay, so Dutta just recently said that it plays Caspar Media, which is the software to play like the launch videos and any additional videos that we show during the show. But we have nothing from Skype or in-house mics, so you wouldn't be able to hear me or any of the rest of the crew. So until we get that figured out, then tomorrow is on hold, which sounds weird. Do I think we'll see a Raptor-powered Falcon 9 in 2 to 5 years? Well, yes, but not the first stage. We will see a Raptor upper stage for Falcon 9. That's what the Air Force contract is to develop a Raptor engine for the EELV program, actually. And it's a subscale version of the Raptor, not the one that they're going to be using on, the ITS. But they will be using that as an upper stage engine and having the methane liquid oxygen upper stage tank. To prove that out, and hopefully if everything works out for it, then they will continue to do these Raptor upper stages on the Falcon 9 and I would assume the Falcon Heavy for EELV launches. So that's cool. And I believe that the testing, like the test firing that we saw in the past of the Raptor firing, that in itself is even a smaller subscale version of the one that they would have on the upper stage of the Falcon 9, which is also a subscale of the much bigger one that they would have on the ITS spaceship and the booster. So, James Harkness, you're awesome, dude. Just keep doing stuff. I mean, I love all your comments and the stuff that you guys share. And by the way, I'm really sorry to all you guys that I'm not more active on social media. I have a Twitter account. I use Twitter to get a lot of news, and I follow a lot of different people in the space industry. But I don't really tweet. The tweets that I do put out is if I happen to want to share my thoughts and feelings and excitements during a live launch, or to share videos. Ones that I've done for tomorrow or for my own channel, Epifuture Space. But oh, that's right. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. Don't worry about it, James Harkness. Yeah, I had a comment on Facebook about how everyone needs to calm down with the election and to not direct hate towards other voters. And that sparked a pretty lively debate on my Facebook. But don't even worry about it. I was happy to see that debate. Y'all didn't start insulting each other or anything. So yeah. Empire Hexmark. Did Moon split in many years ago? I'm not sure what you mean. It's I mean, they have like mini earthquakes, moonquakes. I don't think that the moon split. I mean, it got hit by a comet in, what was that, the 1600s? That was actually visually seen and witnessed by lots of people around the world. But of course, they had no idea what the heck was happening. They thought it was a sign of the apocalypse or something like that. A lot of priests and stuff is where we find information of that about. So this is what this kind of halfway show is going to be. I'm just going to respond to your guys' comments and questions and give updates as soon as we have updates from the Tomorrow Crew and get back over there. Split in two side and connect again. No, I don't think so. And if so, I didn't hear anything about that. Not at least in recent years. Although the moon did come from Earth, the Earth was split, and the moon became part of the debris became the moon. If that's what you're getting at. And I'm not trying to sound like patronizing or anything like that. I think we're just having a language barrier issue here. That's how Minwis was formed. Oh, if only that was real. Exactly, 1701. We need a direct understanding towards other voters, not hate. Try to understand their concerns, but object to odd prejudices. I absolutely agree. I mean, I have friends who voted for Trump and feel bad about it because they felt like, it was the lesser of two evils. Forgive me, I'm going to swear right here, but it goes back to the South Park episode, do you want to choose between a shit sandwich or a douchebag? Not really much of a choice there, is it? Besides, the Electoral College is talking, at least some of the members in the Electoral College are talking some crazy stuff. They're talking about when they actually vote in December to use their congressional right and actually put in an alternate candidate other than Donald Trump. So that could be a thing. Freaking Electoral College, man. Yeah, unfortunately, McCain did run. After he lost, I don't think he ever wanted to run again. I'm glad that McCain, though, was reelected as a senator, though. I feel like he is one of the few voices in the Senate, like when it comes to the whole like RD 180 situation. I feel like he's one of the few like rational voices, and all of his pretty much trash talking to other senators and representatives like Shelby is I think that is good, and like I like that he's doing that. And if he lost, and from Arizona, we had a lady named Ann Kirkpatrick who was trying to take his place, and if she'd got in there, I felt like all of McCain's objections would all completely be ignored and swept under the rug, and it would just be more and more legislation in favor of Lockheed and ULA. And I like ULA now. I didn't used to like ULA. I really like ULA now. But we still need these voices of reason in the Senate and the House, at least when it comes to space stuff. I don't agree with McCain on everything, but at least for his space stuff, I 100% support him. Anyway. Let's not, hopefully, let's keep this space related. I'll try not to get too political. No, they are not. They are appointed. By whom? Who knows? John Knight, with Trump's liking of Putin and vice versa, will the RD 180 issue get reopened yet again? Maybe, but I think that the current situation is good. And what I mean by that is that the current situation is that ULA cannot use the RD 180 engines for national security payloads. They can use them for commercial launches. So they can purchase more RD 180 engines for commercial launches. But they only have a limited number of RD-180 engines that they can use for national security payloads. I don't know what that number is now, but once their current supply for national security payloads runs out, then they won't be able to launch anymore on the Atlas V. However, they will, I'm sure, continue to launch national security payloads on the Delta IV rocket until their Vulcan rocket comes online. And this is the reason why I like the current situation, because without being able to launch national security payloads on the Atlas V, that is going to light a fire under United Launch Alliance to hurry up and finish production of the Vulcan rocket and finish the testing and to fast track it, so to speak. Of course, still do it safely and still, do everything the way that they're supposed to, but to not necessarily dawdle or delay the Vulcan rocket program. And I also love how we still have both options, and both Blue Origin and Aerojet Rocketdyne are actively working on both of their engines. And I'm cool with Aerojet Rocketdyne. Like, even if they don't get a contract for the Vulcan rocket for their AR-1 engine, I have a feeling that they might still sell that to other people. Who knows? Orbital ATK might even start using the AR-1 engine in favor of using the RD-181 engines that they're currently using on Antares. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, man. Anyway, I've been ignoring your questions. Let's see. Let's read up. I hope so. Go back to a monarchy. Yeah, I love that meme that I saw on Facebook of the Queen of England. She was just like, "Oh, hey, you guys should just join the Commonwealth again. Problem solved." Which we should, since we still pay taxes to the Queen every year anyway. It's freaking BS. I do need a Capcom. I do need a Capcom. Livy, you still here? Here, come here for just a second. No, you don't have to come on camera. Right now, actually, the Tomorrow Show is delayed because they're having problems with the audio issue. So I'm actually broadcasting live on my channel right now to keep everyone entertained until
What's up?
we get the live show thing. You want to be my Capcom and read comments for me? Judging by that anxious reaction you just had, I'm guessing that's a no. You want to say hi to everyone and tell them what you really think about them?
I think you are all wonderful human beings. Thank you for being so nerdy.
When the camera's off, she calls you guys nerds.
I would never. Never.
I love you. I love you too, tankers. Oh, man. Ooh, Neuropilot. You think that there are options for RD-180 replacement, but not Vulcan or BE-4. What do you think those options are that aren't being funded properly? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, Orbital ATK would have to redesign it again, but I mean, don't think it's a big deal. I mean, it's the same size. It could fit, essentially. They wouldn't have to widen the fuel tank in order to make the AR-1 fit. So it could be done. Plus, the Aerojet does have a single chamber version of the AR-1 instead of the dual chamber version. So that could be a thing too that Antares could use, and maybe that would be a very simple redesign. Haha, K2LSS says, "We are nerds and proud." Are you taking that with you? That's all I got. What other one? Oh, I threw it away. It got really messed up and gunky.
I don't know what's inside. I just want to use it.
Oh, all right. Are you gonna try to do the goop with that? Because if you do, we have the spot downstairs that need to get plastered. Sorry, guys. Talking to my girlfriend. I'm sorry. Empire Hexmark. I'd love to answer your question, Empire Hexmark, but I'm afraid I just don't know what you're talking about. All right, okay, so you're talking ancient times. You're talking like religious prophecies and stuff like that, because, I mean, that's a whole can of worms right there. I know what you're talking about now, the whole Muhammad splitting the moon thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about that right now because I have very strong feelings about the whole thing, and I don't want to get super negative right now. Sorry. But if that's what you believe, all power to you. I haven't seen any like evidence of the moon being split and then reconnected again. Could be true. I just haven't seen anything to that extent. So, like, if you have anything, like if you have any like photos or like papers or anything like that, then please share it with me. Yeah. And to be honest, I mean, like, I don't know. Yes, NASA is looking at an Orion alternative. SpaceX, could they make it through? Possibly. But here is an idea that I think would be, I don't know if better, but I would be a fan of. So a couple years ago, before ATK and Orbital Sciences merged, ATK was proposing a version called Orion Light, which would be made mostly out of composite structures. And they even pushed forward a version that they would launch on their Liberty rocket, which was a bad idea, but that it would have the capsule and a very large extended service module that would have a section for both pressurized and unpressurized cargo. So that they would be able to bring up crew and cargo, significant amount of cargo at the same time. And when I did a interview for moonandback.com with, oh my gosh, I just forgot his name. He was a former shuttle astronaut who got hired on with ATK to kind of help lead the whole Liberty rocket and Orion Light proposals. I'll find that for you and post it for you in a minute here. And I suggested, I was like, since this Orion Light proposal is bringing crew and cargo, what if you guys named it the Libra capsule, since you're balancing crew and cargo? And he really liked that idea. But before they put out anything of, no, not Ron Guerin. Let me find him. This might take a little while. Gosh, can't believe I forgot his name. That's bothering me. I'm not gonna find you here. Let's go to your YouTube channel. Yeah. Since you're familiar with the subject, Empire Hexmark, it was just one more reason why I distrust anything that it claims to come from the angel Gabriel. I'm not talking about religion, sorry. All right, Moon and Back guy, where are you at? Yeah, is weather still 90% go for, no, not Hoop Gibson. Oh, she's got my phone. Yeah, that's still, weather still seems to be go, at least 90% go. Still got a couple hours, but if everything goes well. Okay, here's the channel, and let's get to the video. Good old Rick Tomlinson. Hope we're able to follow up with him and figure out when he can come on tomorrow and do an interview with us. I'd be really excited to. It's always a pleasure to talk to Rick Tomlinson. I mean, anything that he talks about gets you fired up. Okay, I'm at the right event. This is the same event where I met Ben and Carrie Ann in person for the first time. Kent Rominger, that's who I'm talking about, who worked at ATK and was working on Liberty and Orion Light. Let me copy the link. Boom. Here's part 1, and y'all can watch the rest later if you're interested. But I believe that he came over with the merger, and he's now at Orbital ATK. So I think it would be awesome if they were to get the contract to build more Orion vehicles if NASA continues with Orion, if it doesn't just get canceled outright. I mean, $10 billion for a dinky capsule that supposedly is supposed to have better radiation protection than any vehicle in the past, but that actually doesn't have any radiation protection and won't for many years, is just crazy. I'm so angry about it. I mean, same thing about SLS. I am super angry about all of it and just the wasted money. But I'm trying to stay positive. I want good things to happen, and it's almost kind of like the same. Like, I fear that we're in the same situation as the F-35 Lightning. You know, that it's too big to fail. And you know, yeah, a lot of people would lose their jobs, and a lot of people at Lockheed would lose their jobs if SLS and Orion specifically, were canceled. But you know what? Lockheed Martin has wasted so much of the United States' money that I don't care. I don't care if people lose their jobs. They should, whoever else gets a contract, whatever NASA decides to do next, they could get jobs at those places, whether it be Boeing or maybe SpaceX or Orbital ATK or whatever. But I am really not concerned with a couple of hundred or even a couple of thousand employees, because Lockheed Martin has wasted so much money. I mean, $1 trillion just on the F-35 program. $1 trillion. Ah. I hope so. I really do hope so. Yeah, Neuropilot says, "Gots to disagree. SLS could be canceled and then a commercial alternative would be pushed." I certainly hope so. I really do. But like I said, I'm just worried that, you know, Congress is going to, you know, do the whole, you know, it's too big to fail thing and keep it going. Keep it going. The dudeliest of the dudes. Hi, Livy. Hee hee. Hopefully. They usually been doing the live streams on their YouTube channel, the ULA YouTube channel. Street Epistemology by Anthony Magnabosco. I will try to check that out. Right? Just imagine what could have been accomplished in the time it's taken to do this. I mean, by the time Orion is finished, and they can't cancel the current contract, they have to continue the Orion contract at least through till Exploration Mission 2, unless some new legislation is passed that will allow them to cancel the contract early. They have to go through to Exploration Mission 2. That is the law. And people at NASA can go to jail if they try to oppose that. That's why, like, Bolden was so pissed when this passed. And he said as much publicly. But after Exploration Mission 2, God, I don't even remember what my point was that I was trying to make here. But yeah, after that, then everything could be done in a good way. Oh, now I remember my point. So they're legally obligated to go through until Exploration Mission 2. By the time that happens in the 2021 to 2023 time frame, Lockheed Martin will have been working on the Orion capsule for 17 years. Just as an example, let's look at a different 17-year period in NASA's history, 1964 to 1981. What happened in that 17-year period? Well, the Gemini capsule was flown successfully, the Apollo capsule was designed, developed, built, and flown, and the shuttle, the way more complex vehicle, was designed and flown for the first time in a 17-year period. And we can't build a dinky capsule that's supposed to have radiation shielding, but that doesn't have any? So angry. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. I'm getting too heated up about it and too negative. I actually, the space pod that I did, I actually filmed it and had to refilm it because I was so like angry about it and like shouting at the camera like I am right now. So I had to refilm it to not be so negative. Ooh, Empire Hexmark, you're calling from Iran? Do you have any info about the next rockets that are supposed to fly? Gosh, the North Korean version is the Unha-4. I can't believe I just forgot. Not the Saphir rocket, but Simorg. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Do you have any updates about the Simorg rocket? I mean, they were supposed to have an orbital launch this year, and instead they did some suborbital tests of just the first stage of the Simorg rocket. Do you know anything or have any sort of updates at all? I haven't been able to get anything from my spy, so to speak. He's not a spy, but he just posts on a lot of forums. Good guy. Soheil is his name. Right? Ha! Well, SLS, I mean, with SLS, they are legally obligated to do that as well. But I don't know what the endpoint is for SLS. Because with Orion, the contract that exists now is up until Exploration Mission 2. And that's where this whole request for information is about that recently came out, that I was talking about in this most recent space pod, is gosh, what am I trying to say? I just brain farted. Oh, that should we look at, can other companies manufacture the Orion capsule for cheaper after Exploration Mission 2? Because they want to still use the vehicle, or at least a vehicle with the type of capabilities that it's supposed to have to eventually do the whole journey to Mars and for deep space and NASA ARM and everything like that. Kojan7. I keep saying Dinky Castle or Dinky Capsule because it is dinky compared to the space shuttle. The space shuttle is super, super complex. And it ended up costing about $2 billion per launch. And it's going to cost $2 billion just for the Orion capsule per launch. What the hell? $2 billion for a capsule? That's not including the price for the Space Launch System. That's another $1 billion per launch. So something that is supposed to be recycled hardware that should be simpler to do is going to be more expensive than the space shuttle? Come on. Come on. That's just crazy. Thank you, Empire Hexmark. See what he just said about, or she, I don't know if you're a he or a she, forgive me. But yeah, the Iranians are not trying to get nuclear weapons, they're trying to get nuclear power. My God, I wish that my country's media would just calm down and actually do a little bit of research. Gosh, if we hadn't done all these economic sanctions and ruined your country in the 1950s, we wouldn't be in this situation. Man. Excuse me. Preston Croshaw asked, the James Webb will launch on an Ariane. Can you explain why? No, I can't. I don't know why they're launching on the James Webb. I'm assuming that has something to do with trying to, have closer ties, similar to the same reason that we're using the ATV service module on Orion. But I honestly don't know why. It can't be a capability thing because by the time James Webb is actually ready to launch, we'll have 2 rockets that will have the capability, or 3. Delta IV Heavy and Falcon Heavy. Yeah, so I don't know why we're doing it on an Ariane. Oh, and also another thing about James Webb was supposed to cost $5 million, $500 million, and it's going to end up costing $8 billion. Yeah, sorry guys, I keep looking back and forth between the Tomorrow chat room and the YouTube chat room for this live broadcast that I'm doing. Yeah, I would love to see Nautilus X. That would be wonderful. Oh, okay. So ESA is going to pay for the Ariane launch to launch James Webb? That's cool. Benjamin Henderson, maybe NASA should just fire Lockheed and hire SpaceX. Yeah, I had a cold last week. I still have a little bit, so I'm sorry I keep coughing and whatnot. Yeah, we should clean up our planet instead of going to a different one. I think we should do both, but I think that we need to get off the planet as well. Not all of us, but we need to set up, we need to have a backup plan because anything could happen at any moment with all these near-Earth asteroids. I mean, we could all be dead in the next 100 years anyway. But I mean, even if we don't kill each other in the next 100 or 1,000 years, if we live, for millions of years, then eventually it's just going to be too hot here. The sun keeps getting bigger every day, millimeter by millimeter, until it's going to be so big it engulfs Mercury, maybe even Venus, maybe even the Earth itself. So, yeah, Earth is our home, but if humanity survives that long, we will need to leave or resign to extinction. And I, for one, want to survive. I want to become a robot and live forever and see all of these amazing things that'll happen in thousands of years. But home is where you make it. Home is where the heart is. Your temple is your home. Your frame of mind is your home. Neuropilot says maybe the US should use the traditional Russian approach. Have a design bureau, then a production factory as two entities. Maybe so. Yeah. Space Cadet 88. The Earth will get hit by an asteroid. It's not if, it's when. Yes, that's definitely true. That's why I am a very big fan of the NASA ARM program, the Asteroid Redirect Mission, because the Asteroid Redirect Mission, even though it might not have a whole lot of congressional support, does have a lot of scientific support, and it could be essential to our survival. I mean, I hate to be a broken record, keep going back to Apophis, but Apophis is Apophis could kill us in 2036 or 2047. So we need to get the asteroid redirect mission going. I don't care if we send astronauts to an asteroid to collect samples. That's whatever. That part could be canceled. I could care less about that. That would be very cool to be one of the astronauts on that mission. But other than that, whatever. But the robotic portion, doing the whole gravity tractor or any other number of methods to redirect an asteroid to move it, all we need to do is just nudge things just slightly to prevent mass extinction. So, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yes, there's a new paper on the EM drive, and it's essentially saying that, yes, it does work. And we need to press forward and test this thing in space. Also, there's rumors that the Chinese actually tested some sort of EM drive at Tiangong 2 recently. And the crew just came home. That's another one of my news stories that we're going to talk about this week. But I can't find any reliable information other than just rumors that they tested a EM drive. On the inside, though, of the Tiangong. Which, I mean, that's cool, but I don't know. I guess that goes to my ignorance about what they need to do to test the EM in space. I assumed that they wanted to test the EM drive in a vacuum. Again, this is just a rumor that they tested an EM drive on Tiangong 2. I have no evidence or anything other than Weibo crap to back that up, so probably didn't actually happen. I believe those rumors were false. A case of mistaken thruster identity. Oh, Destructor. You make me laugh. You make me laugh, sir. My favorite color? Blue. Hello. Sorry, guys, just reading, catching up on comments. Space Cadet 88 says, I wonder if China will allow other countries to dock with its future space station, like, say, India. Well, I mean, I think so, because they've said that they are open to all nations. all nations. And they hit up the United Nations to do that whole program I talked about a couple live shows ago, where they would help third world nations to get onto the Chinese space station, whether it just be experiments or set up programs where they could send their own astronauts or whatever. So I think that China is open to collaborating with India. Now, whether or not they would give India the technology to allow India's not yet developed crew capsule to dock with their Chinese space station, that's a whole nother matter. I think they would be very willing to do some sort of rideshare program where Indian, they have a new name for it, Vimanonauts or something like that. Maybe you guys can find this, but the Chinese are taikonauts, Russians cosmonauts, Americans and Europeans astronauts, and I believe that the Indians, or maybe this is the Iranians, Empire Hexmark, maybe you can answer this. Wasn't Iran or India going to call their spaceflight participants Vimanonauts, or am I making that up? I don't know. I thought I heard that somewhere, but I don't remember where. Iran with a space plane? No, China did recently, and then India did recently, but not Iran. If they did, then that completely went... I completely missed that. Their manned space program's coming along, though. They did a lot of tests with the Cerberus module that they're going to be using for their Mercury capsule. And that tells me that they're actually going to do more than just a quick, Vimanonauts. Okay, that is a thing. Cool. Wait, I'm saying it wrong. Vyomanauts. Vyomanauts? I don't know. Oh, I'm thinking of Vimana Sustra, one of the Vedic texts, all about the UFOs. Yeah, I suppose so. I was about to say the Iranian space plane went over my head. But wait, is there an Iranian space plane? I've only heard about a Chinese and an Indian one. Is there an Iranian space plane? Because I thought they were developing a capsule, a Mercury-class capsule. Bye, J. Michael. I hope everything goes well with your family. Hopefully we have a great show with tomorrow. Hopefully we still have a show with tomorrow. I've been doing this broadcast now for about an hour, so let me see if I can check in with Dutta and see if there's any progress. Mini Elon, that would be really cool if China adopted the International Docking Adapter on their future space station. That would be super cool. Although they'd have to get get the plans from Russia, which I'm sure wouldn't be too hard. Empire Hexmark, if you don't mind, can I ask you a personal question? Are you Sunni, Shia, Yazidi, or Zikri? Or any of the other groups that I don't know about? Jazz Throwout, you asked if I know if Swiss Space Systems are coming up anytime soon. I don't know. Their CEO, president, founder? He's definitely the founder. I don't know what his exact title is. He was assaulted and kidnapped. Gasoline was poured over him and he was set on fire. He's alive, but I have no idea how well he's doing, and that's probably holding things back quite a bit. They were going to be on the show a couple months ago, but of course that happened with their founder, and I have no idea what's going on with them. As far as that's concerned. Shia, okay, cool. Thank you for answering. But what was I going to say? Audio board updates, data. Oh, but they're using an Airbus 730 or 330. Gosh, I can't even remember which model of Airbus. But they have painted that. They've done a lot of conversion. They pulled out a lot of the all the seats and everything. They've kind of tore out the inside and are installing stuff. So the aircraft that their space plane will be launching on top of is progressing really well and really smoothly. Yeah, S3's offices were trashed last year too. So something is going on with S3. There's definitely some sort of conspiracy there that I haven't found yet. Oh, all Iranians are Shia. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought that there was mixed groups there as well. Shows how much I know. Yeah, Hoosier Hacker asks, have you guys thought about organizing an event for a launch? Yeah, we've talked about it, but just the logistics of it are, I think what's holding us back is actually having it. Plus, I mean, like for a Florida launch, if we had a meetup there, I don't know how many of y'all would be able to attend. California, maybe a few more of you would be able to attend, but I mean, it'd be hard. It would be hard. First BFR launch, yes, we should definitely have a huge one there. I really like the Iranian space program. I mean, it makes me, even though I'm not a part of the country, I'm not Islamic or anything like that, it makes me excited. Like, it makes me feel like I'm seeing the Mercury program develop, you know, in real time. But for the Iranians, and I am just 100% behind you guys. And, you know, I'm really pushing for a lot of these other sanctions to be lifted. I mean, things are already progressing and everything like that, but I really hope that you guys are able to get your space program to continue. You guys already have quite a few satellites. Hope you're able to do even more. And I really hope that your manned spaceflight program with your Mercury capsule works. And that you are able to move on from that too and do more stuff. It would be so amazing to see the Iranians at the Chinese space station or even the International Space Station if it's isn't sunk into the ocean before then. Okay, Earfront, I'm sorry. He says, maybe I could read out loud whatever it is I'm reading, no matter how trivial it might seem to you, Mr. Space Mike. The long eons of watching you read are difficult to endure. I'm sorry. If I had a little bit more of a plan of what I wanted to talk about today, that would have been great. But let's see. We keep bouncing all over the place here. This feels like a very ADD conversation. But let's see. Love the show, by the way. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. We work hard at tomorrow, and I think that things are coming along. Let's see. Haven't noticed any religion bashing yet. Yes, and let's keep it that way. No religion bashing anyone. Did I miss the GOES-R launch? No, not yet. That's in a couple of hours. It is about 1900 Coordinated Universal Time right now, and the launch is at 22 Coordinated Universal Time, 2200 Coordinated Universal Time. Crap, gotta pull this up again. Peace, love, and science always. Yeah, Empire Hexmark. I would really love to have you collect information and let us know more about what's going on with the Iranian space program. Because sometimes it's hard to get stuff here. The American media just outright assumes that anything rocketry coming from your country is some sort of ICBM and you're all preparing to nuke America. It's so messed up. Architub, no. No religion bashing. Let's not, don't go there. Don't go there. Let's not go there. Yeah, as Livy says, let them talk about their rockets and other assorted stuff that goes boom. Wait, that's religion too. Ah! Just rockets and spaceflight stuff, guys. Classified. Ah. So yeah, the Atlas V GOES-R launch is supposed to take place. The window is from 22:42 to 23:42 Coordinated Universal Time. It is currently 19:10 Coordinated Universal Time, so we still got a couple hours. Preston Croshaw, thanks Space Mike. You and the Tomorrow team have really inspired me as well as many other people to be more involved in space advancement. Thank you. And to all you guys, I mean, I'm just a regular guy. And I've been able to get involved in the space industry in my own way. And when I go to space conferences, especially, seeing people that I've interviewed before, people recognize me. And not in like a famous type of way of like, oh my God, it's Space Mike. No, just like, oh, hey, what's up? You're that one guy I talked to that one time. How are things going? And it's just nice. And the biggest thing to me is how, when I go to conferences, how people who are actually working in the space industry, actual rocket scientists, actual astronauts, are impressed that I have a, at least layman terms, understanding of what's going on, that I can keep up with rocket conversations, that I can keep up with spacecraft conversations. And, they don't treat me like I'm some sort of space cadet. They treat me almost like an equal, and that's the part that gets me really excited. And if me, just a regular dude, can do that by getting on YouTube and sharing my excitement about stuff that I was learning about space, then what can you do? What can you get involved in? Look at the everyday astronaut. He loves space and has started doing all these awesome photos. That's his way of using his talents and his creativity to get involved. And now a lot of people know who he is. And how long am I going to keep this up? I don't know. We've been broadcasting for an hour, and I'm waiting to get an update from the Tomorrow crew of what's going on. Oh, actually, Dutta said, I asked audio board updates, and he said nothing yet, so I don't know. I'll go for a while longer. Yeah, still no updates. I'll go for at least another half hour, maybe another hour. But yeah, come come 2000 UTC. If we still have no updates from Dutta and stuff, then I might end the broadcast. Or maybe I'll try to pull up Kerbal or something, and you all can watch me play Kerbal or something. I'm using a program called XSplit to do this broadcast right now, and there are ways that I can, oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. There are ways that I can add in media, as like I could do a show and, have the picture or the video of whatever it is I'm talking about on screen, and I can even do that like with Kerbal, but I need to tweak around with it, and I just wanted to try to hurry and get this up for you guys. So sorry if this is boring to just see a talking head, but I'm hopefully you guys are enjoying this conversation. I am. Bye, James Harkness. It's been thanks for joining, buddy. We think a revolution are going in America? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, people are still protesting even now, so we'll see. I'm going to read the Tomorrow comments real quick. I've ignored that quite a bit. Let's see. Space Cadet says, I think that building a space capsule is a lot easier since all the information about Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo is out there. I completely agree. Space Vogel, oh damn, I thought I missed the show with all the GOES-R stuff, and boom, show's delayed. Lucky me. Sorry, skipping over the religion stuff. Kojan7, it's like the comments section of the show overtaken by Mike. Thank you. Continue until the Atlas launch. That would be awesome. All right, well, if I do that, if I continue broadcasting that long, I'll at least take a break for a while so that I can refill my cup. Just about out of coffee here. Although I don't think I should have another cup of coffee. I will need some more water though after this one's done. I like Mike's and tomorrow's rising tide attitude. Space is big enough for all of us. It is big enough for all of us, and we should all be cooperating together. We should all be cooperating together. Cyrus the Great, yeah. What's up, diddly do? Oh, you having some of my coffee? Or did you hear me say something about a coffee refill? What? All right, whatever. Let's see. All right, since the JC Warp 4 says, since the Higginbothams are not broadcasting, could you talk about the BFR plans and further developments? A little bit earlier in whatever this broadcast is, I did talk about the cryo tank, but I am supposed to talk about that as one of the news stories on the Tomorrow Show. If you guys want me to go over that again, I will. Mini Elon says, at Space Mike, what are your thoughts of the recreation of the National Space Council? Will it help NASA speed things up on the manned spaceflight side of NASA? Well, here's my thoughts. The wording that they used in their, here's Trump's space policy, of recreating the National Space Council was to help limit bureaucracy and to help things move forward. Explain to me how more bureaucracy is going to create less bureaucracy. Wasn't the National Space Council dissolved in the first place because it was too bureaucratic? And who do we want to be on the National Space Council? The same SOB who was in the office when George H.W. Bush was president. Come on, screw that guy. Honestly, if we do the National Space Council, then we need to get rid of all of the other planning groups because there's just way too much bureaucracy, So I have very, very conflicted feelings about this bringing back the National Space Council because it's just more bureaucracy. And if Trump puts in half the assholes that he's talking about putting in there, it's just going to be more crap. I mean, they're even talking about Mike Griffin for administrator. Mike effing Griffin. Screw that guy. Oh, I hate him so much. Again, sorry to get all triggered on you guys. Sorry. Mini Elon, I think National Space Ops will become somewhat more visible. I don't know about that. Why all UFOs are in USA? A few UFOs are in other countries. Well, yeah, I mean, other countries even have their own like UFO research things. There's a lot of crap in Russia, a lot of crap in France of all. That seems to be the one to me. Like France and the UK gets a lot of UFO junk. Anyway, Earfront says, thank you, Mr. Space Mike. It's always informative and fun to watch any of the space shows you and your friends do. Never dull. I guess I would be more patient as you reading from our comments. Thanks. It's always very encouraging. You know, me and Jared Head, we both suffer from bipolar and depression. And you guys really keep me inspired. Like, you guys' support is what keeps me doing this. And you know, your guys' kind words and, you know, your enthusiasm for the stuff that we talk about really, really helps us. Kojan7, earlier I was talking about how I'm just a regular guy, and here's, you know, my contribution towards the space industry, however small it might be. But he says, a regular guy with Patreon funding and a weekly space show. Well, I will say that it's taken over 5 years for me to get to this point. And the Patreon funding, I mean, that's really, I mean, I have some of my own Patreon funding down for my own channel, And I feel really bad because I haven't put out a SpacePod-like episode on my channel in a couple of months. So I feel really bad. I'm even considering just giving the money back. But I do want to do a lot more stuff. But most of the funding for tomorrow, I mean, Ben and Carrie Ann deserve all the credit for that. And of course, you guys. What I mean is they deserve all the credit for starting it and having the clout to organize this community that we have. But of course, the real credit goes to all of you that are the patrons and who are contributing. My mind is blown week after week, thinking about it. When I prepare Space Pods, or even when we're doing the live show, and looking at all the names that are on our Patreon list, I'm just mind blown. Sometimes it even brings me to tears. Like, believe it or not, I have a lot of outtakes where, like at the end of Space Pods, where I do my usual, this is a crowdfunded show through Patreon, and I'd like to thank all of the patrons who are contributing towards this show. There are times where I will actually get emotional and teary, and I have to like stop and like collect myself before I can do it again. I'm just completely blown away that you guys contribute to this show and make all this happen. I'm getting emotional right now. Oh, yeah, Space Mike. Here is my Darachi, I think that's how you, what is with the badge on your shirt mostly being covered? Here's the Tomorrow pin. I'm wearing a t-shirt under this jacket. This is a shirt that I got from Star Systems. They are a local startup here in Phoenix that are currently inactive, but I helped them out several years ago. They were trying to build their own space plane called the Hermes space plane. It would just be a suborbital space plane that would be a very, very mini version of the space shuttle stack. They wanted to do a side-mounted stack type thing. And Story Musgrave, when he saw my video, let's call it a space pod, but it was on this channel, my personal channel. When he saw my video about it, he contacted them right away, donated $10,000 to their Kickstarter campaign, and they were asking for something like, I think it was $15,000, and they had raised about $8,000, and they only had like 3 or 4 days to go when Story Musgrave discovered them through me and donated the $10,000 so that they would have the successful Kickstarter campaign with the condition that he would be their test pilot. However, their CEO, who works for Intel, got called away to Ireland, and the rest of their crew have kind of moved on, so whatever. But I really like the back of this shirt. I'll show you real quick. This one that says Pit Crew on it, if you can see that. So I like walking around with this shirt. Gives me space cred. Jim Burr says, Space Mike, you are an idol for my daughter. Never give up. Holy crap, that's a lot of pressure. Thank you, though. If your daughter is still in school, tell her to work hard and get good grades and get scholarships. Apply for stuff. Don't let her incompetent counselors let her lose out on a free education. I could have gotten a full ride scholarship to ASU, which is the biggest university here in Arizona. Full ride scholarship. If only a counselor had told me. When I went to college back in 2005 for the first time, I did, your placement testing to see, for all of your requirements, if you need to go back and do like high school level math classes and whatnot. And I excelled in every single subject, except for math. Actually, I missed the math qualification for a full ride scholarship by 2 points. 2 points out of 100. If I'd gotten those 2 points on math, I would have gotten a full ride scholarship. First of all, they didn't tell me the results and what it could have meant for me. Second of all, they didn't tell me that I could retake the placement test at any time. I could have studied up on the math section real quick, taken the test again, and gotten my full ride scholarship. No one told me. These assholes who are taking up 70% of our education budget to pay for this goddamn administration who won't do their jobs, who won't tell students what their options are for scholarships or for student loans or for government grants or whatever. They don't do their jobs in this country, and it makes me furious. Now I'm 30. And I'm nowhere close to being able to go back to college. And that's pretty much out of the cards for me, unless I do something like what Lisa did to crowdfund like her tuition to go to the International Space University. I'm very hesitant to do that. It took a lot of getting over myself to even launch my own Patreon campaign because I have such a hard time asking for money. But I'm sorry, Jim Burr, the whole reason I went off on that tangent was I really hope that your daughter continues to go to school and gets the education that she wants and works in whatever way that she would find meaningful. I'm sorry to go off so much on this. I'm kind of recording this. This will be here on my, it will be on my YouTube channel for later. We can watch this back later. I might even edit this a little bit or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. That's awesome, Jim Burr. I'm glad. Thank you. Sorry, let me go back to the tomorrow chat room. Whoa, I have not been reading. Space Mike, don't sell yourself short. You really are an excellent communicator. The last Space Pod was excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Mini Elon, they have some sensitive programs that are completely hidden from the public. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Don't wear yourself out before the show. Will do. Any updates? Any updates on tomorrow's show? Mike, have I tried the KSP ITS mod from Mark Thrim? I don't know who Mark Thrim is, but no, I have not. I've mostly been using the Blue Dog Design Bureau and the Tantaris mods. So I can do historical Salyut missions, and now I can do MOS missions that never actually happened. Oh man, I love Blue Dog Design Bureau so much. Huge, huge, huge part pack. LLR says, it's the dark shirt that makes you look like a talking head. Sorry. Come to Sweden. We have good education. Free education, says Oliver Kosunen. Kosunen? I think that's how you pronounce your last name. I would love to. That would be great. When I need to step away, put up a South Park Space Mike image. I actually don't have that image on my computer. If any of you guys do, you should send it to me so that I have that, because that was hilarious. Yeah, actually, Lawrence Engelberg, you brought up Vector Space Systems. That's another one of my news stories for today. Vector Space Systems recently got an investment. I believe it was $1.25 million or 175. Let me go back to my numbers. This is why I have a rundown. $1.25 million from the Space Angels Network. And the Space Angels Network has been, they're based in New York City, and they've invested in other space startups before. That's their whole purpose, is to invest in space startups. But Vector Space Systems is the first startup that is a launcher company. So this is the first investment they've made towards a launch company, which is very cool. So with that, Vector will be able to move forward, and I'm super excited about that. I want to go down to Tucson, which is just like a less than 2-hour drive away from where I am right now, and go check out their stuff. That would be awesome. Although when they do their launches in Alaska, unless I'm able to stow away on their when they go down there, I probably won't be able to see that. I really hope that they have whatchamacallit. My audio's low? Bayless says the volume for Mike is very low. Anyone else having this issue? I hope not. According to my settings here, my audio is pretty loud. I don't dare turn it up anymore, otherwise I'll start peaking, but maybe my broadcaster isn't sending it out good. My encoder gives me even less information about my audio levels. Sorry. Sorry. In the YouTube chat room, you guys are saying the audio is fine, so okay. P.S. Daughter asks to see Space Dog. Tanker doodly doo, huh? Excuse me, I'm sorry. That was probably super loud. Yeah, the Kayum communication satellite, that's supposed to be launching a Simorg rocket, right? Cool. You guys are mostly saying that the audio is fine, except for that super loud cough I just gave. Sorry. Destructor says if there's a National Space Council, it should be the Space Council. Dish the congressional and Senate committees. Yes, I agree. But dang, if we're already back there in those comments on the Tomorrow chat room, I need to catch up. Meanie Elon says, at Space Mike, I think NASA should be controlled by the Congress and Senate instead of the President, just to help pave out the way for a better path to Mars or the Moon. Well, aren't they already? I mean, half the stuff that the President says regarding NASA gets shut down immediately. So, I'm pretty sure the Congress and Senate control it already. And whose hands is that in currently? Ted Cruz. At least he's not being a jerk about stuff. For the most part, he's just kind of going with the flow. So far, anyway. We'll see how things go if he stays in that position under the Trump administration. We'll see. Oh yeah, Darachi kind of explained what I just did. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to read through these comments quickly. What is this? What is this? Oh, that's beautiful. Nice picture from your living room, Jazz Throwout. That's beautiful. Why? Empire Hexmark. Oh man. The United States government overthrew your government in the 1950s and established a puppet and tried to set up what you guys have now. I believe you guys had a monarchy, like a caliphate, I believe it's called. And eventually our puppet dictator who we put in there was overthrown very quickly. And then you guys were able to set up the halfway democratic republic that you guys have now. I mean, you guys are a republic. You're the Islamic Republic of Iran, so you are a republic. But that's the United States' fault. And as an American, I am extremely, extremely sorry. But me and the rest of the American people, even back then, had nothing to do with it. This was all our government and the beginnings of the CIA and the NRO. So I'm very sorry for my corrupt government that has ruined so many lives, not just in your country, but in all these other countries in the Middle East. All in the 50s too, is where it all got started. We had to freaking support Israel, who have been the belligerents in all of their wars except for the one in 1947 where they were on the defensive. But they have been the instigators, Israel. And America needs to stop being Israel's ally. Sorry. getting too political. Let's shut that up. Oh, hey, Jared Head has joined in the chat room. Cool. Oh, that was a while ago. I hope you're not here. Could we put up a series of Bigelow modules to build a rotating wheel space station? Sure. It would take some good connections, but sure. JC Warp 4, expecting perfection from anyone around you is a guarantee for disappointment. How very true. How very true. Jim Burr asks, have I looked at the UK space plane recently? I assume you're talking about the Rapier engine. Not Rapier engine, right? Rapier engine? James Bond's company. Why can't I think of what it's called right now? I can picture the big black space plane right in my mind. Why can't I remember what it is? Stop being a cuck, says Stephen Chandler. I don't know who that's directed at. Sabre engine and Skylon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Rapier. That's the Kerbal Space Program version of the Sabre. Sorry. Seriously, why does Ted Cruz act like climate change isn't real? If he is so religious, he should take care of what he thinks God has given him. Good point. Maybe that's an angle that no one has tried to throw at him lately. Marty the Martian says, I love it when Mike sings. Uh-oh. If you guys really want to, I might be convinced to play you one of my original songs on my guitar, if you really want to. I hope God help you in all of your life and always be in health. Thank you very much, Empire Hexmark. I wish the same for you. Hey, Space Mike, what have you studied in? I assume that you mean college. This is from Piponwa. What have I studied in? Well, I actually went to college for music business. I wanted to be a professional musician and eventually have my own recording studio when I was too old to be a performing musician and be a studio musician and all that sort of stuff. Whoa, I'm being called by Tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Hang up. Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? I can't hear you. Oh, you're probably not getting any video from me because I'm broadcasting right now. I'm still getting no audio from you. Let me catch up to the bottom of the chat room. Any other really good comments? Heard any recent news about planetary resources or deep space industries? Just that law that got passed in Luxembourg. Have the Tomorrow's crew Skype into my stream. Yeah. Planets, the anime. Planets, the anime is freaking awesome. You should definitely check that out. Space Mike, I had to use my mod in my equalizer to bring up the treble level. Sorry. Any chance of Administrator General Bolden staying on in the new administration? That would be awesome, because I really love Bolden, but I think he's burnt out. That's just my impression. I don't, he hasn't said anything, but that's just my impression that he's burnt out. Wants to retire. Original Space song, Mike songs. Hot damn. Yeah. Okay, nothing in there. What about in the Slack channel? Can you guys hear me? Okay, so You guys can hear me, but I can't hear you. There's no video for me yet because I'm still broadcasting on my channel. So whenever you guys think you're ready, I'll stop the live broadcast on my channel and then turn on my video on Skype, and then we can do the tomorrow show.
Line. How about now?
Woo! I hear you now.
All right. And now we have weird. Are you getting yourself back on your own? You said that was aux 4, right?
Testing. Ooh, yes.
I am. Okay, stand by.
Sorry, you guys can't hear it, but
there we go.
I'm
Is that
hearing
better?
the Tomorrow Crew in my ear. Yeah, that's
Okay.
better. I still hear myself in the background, but
You still hear
assuming-
yourself in the background.
I'm assuming that's just me coming out of a speaker somewhere.
Maybe. Do you still hear it?
Testing. Nope, I don't hear it now. Cool.
Okay, cool. So stand by. Talk a little more for me, Mike.
Okay, so let's see.
Holy shit. Okay, stand by.
Whoa.
4.
Rest in peace, headphone users. Sorry, everyone.
right,
Timber,
do it
Mike,
again.
Mike, I really think a 2-week Q&A doing just what you are doing now will be awesome. I might. We have a couple of...
Great, thank you, Space Mike.
Okay, cool.
Mike, we'll call you back in a minute.
Okay. So we have a couple of, for those of you still watching on here on the channel, we have there's several no shows that we're doing next month in December. We're not doing any show on December 24th or December 31st. We also don't have a show next week, December 26th. And if you guys really want me to, I might be up for doing another one of these things, and maybe I can actually get some media ready for you. But I do not work in aerospace. This is the closest thing to me working in aerospace, is just talking about the space industry and reporting for you guys. No, I'm sorry, not December 26th. I meant November 26th is next week. We do not have a live show on tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another one of these Q&A sessions or something else for you guys. So I think I am going to end the broadcast and take a quick break and then catch you guys back on the tomorrow show. Although, while I'm thinking about it, here's your last chance. Do you want to hear one of my original songs real quick before I go take a break, or no? Excuse me. So if Space Mike doesn't work in aerospace, he's probably the best person to head up the new U.S. administration space policy team. I would love to accept that job and give those politicians a piece of my mind from time to time and keep them in line and explain why some things are bad and some things are good and why all this BS is only holding us back and making us look like fools to the rest of the world. All right. Yes. Song, yes. All right. Hang on just a moment. Let me grab my guitar. Which song should I play? Let's grab a pick. Which song should I play? Hopefully this isn't too loud or too crazy. Ooh. Sorry, a little out of tune here. There we go. Okay, let's see. Marty the Martian's got his ukulele ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna move my mic up so I don't hit this with the guitar. But yeah, here we go. It was such a long time ago that you've got me introspective. And I've lost my way so many times. I've got so many memories stuck inside my head. And I've tried so hard to ignore them, but I could never forget. So come back. I've been making a life out here in the Wild West, and we'll have nothing to fear. We could make a life out here again. We could make a life out here again. But then I snap back into reality, and I realize that we were all alone. I spent so many nights trying to forget you, drowning myself out in an ocean of booze. But nothing seems to work. I've got so many memories stuck inside my head, and I tried so hard to ignore them, but I could never forget. So come back. I've been making a life out here in the Wild West, and we'll have nothing to fear. We can make a life out here again. We can make a life out here again. Whoa! There you go. There's one of my songs. Whew. All right. I will be right back. I am going to end the broadcast now, and then I will see you guys on tomorrow. So head back on over to tomorrow.tv/live, and we will begin the live show in just a few minutes. I will be right back. Hey guys, I'll be right back. Let me get a quick coffee refill, and I'll be right back, okay? All right, how do I end this?